Good morning. And I wanted to give this guy a wash here and talk about fan game. I've been spending some time just looking at the map, the galaxy map in the game. I've created a new layer where the player does not have locality. He's not on. It's not the view from the void ship or any particular place. It's overall kind of thing. So he has had some metallic sharpening, and I've just been kind of waiting to give him a wash. And gotta remember to keep that focus in. So I'm looking through the galaxy map, which I'm excited. I got some beautiful feedback, so I'm just very excited about that. And I have right now the WAAGHs are just cubes. I might go with a much more interesting shape once I learn how to deform shapes in real time. But right now they're just cubes, and all they are is a cube and a script. So the cube has a collision box, and so when the player enters in, like the player's in command of a void ship, and the player enters a space, enters 3 space that's occupied by the WAAGH, or within the WAAGH, then I will start firing off events. Rare events, but they can pile up. And the WAAGHs have a very, very, very simple life cycle right now. It's going to take a lot of just fiddling to figure out like their expansion, how often they split up, all these things that they're doing right now, but that they're doing it very quick right now, and they burn themselves out rather quick. So, but if an Imperial Crusade, not a treasure fleet, but a crusade intersects with the WAAGH, then it goes into it creates another collision box. That's a battle. I display a nice little battle icon on the screen, and then now there's another added layer of detections. Now the players taking control of a void ship or fleet orders them to that area. Now they'll get the event. They'll get the modifiers and the event chance of being within the boundaries of the WAAGH, perhaps being within the boundaries of the control zone of the Imperial Crusade, and also being within the boundaries, so receiving modifiers and events based on being within the battle area. I didn't say battle space, because battle space is a completely different concept. The battle space is the area in between one void ship's guns and the target void ship. So the area in between that is the battle space. So let's see. He's doing good, and I think I'm doing a better job of staying within the lines. And the nice thing about washes is I don't have to wear my glasses for them, really. It's better to get a far eye view, and I put a little bit too much on him. We will just now, with the dryer brush, just erase There are some areas that we want them to be, we want the skull to actually be very white, so we can just go ahead and erase. Don't want to erase from the tabard or cowling, loincloth, whatever that is. Yeah, it's picking up a little bit too much. You can just drop some of that excess wet paint down here. It's not bad. He doesn't seem to have gotten much here on this helmet. I don't know if I missed that or if it's just not quite dark enough. It's not bad. There's some issues. So that's how the WAAGHs mainly work. And right now they're very simple, but eventually I would like to have a lot more going into them. But the fact that they exist at all and they exist in space, and well, the AI ships don't really know how to avoid them very much. But I'm keeping that. And they can. They avoid them somewhat. They try to stay away, but they won't go around the Orc empires. They'll still try to make a very direct route to Terra. So, and last time I checked, the numbers are kind of frightening of what percentage of ships don't make it, get lost in the warp or piracy or whatever. I think he's coming out as, I don't know if it's showing up well, but his green is pretty much just at the right, almost black. So I'll have to take him outside and see what he looks like in the sun and natural light. And also working on this guy was really difficult to put together because I had totally forgotten how horribly awkward gluing these metal bits can be. I was lucky as a kid because my mom had Uhu glue, so he needs a little bit of cleaning up on his legs. Some mold line removal. And I didn't prepare. Let me see if I can pause real quick. I had these guys all nicely laid out earlier because I need 2 more heavy bolter assault marines for my squads. So my Space Marine squad, and then I'll have some options. So I wanted to talk about taking some Sculpey clay, and I base everything on a washer. That's because my carry case is lined with magnetic sheets, so I can just put them in there and they don't jostle. It's a lot of fun. It certainly works better on the plastic models than the all metal ones, but what I like to do is treat old toys and such really horribly. I picked a really bad place right there at the nail, at the screw, to try to get that guy off. But I'm just taking this, trying to carefully take this little bit of a toy car that I got at a yard sale or someplace, and these are the penultimate, the second to last of the Mark III legs that I got. So I'm just gonna try to, I think I want to zoom out a little bit for this. I think I'm going to just try to add a little height variation. I'm liking that in my bases a bit. So, but maybe not that much. Just a tiny bit. And This might be a good time to actually just give his just a little bit of glue right there. So, and I like this glue. It gives me just a couple of seconds to play around with it. Usually, probably should have cleaned the model up a bit before. But yeah, and then just even it up a little bit, kind of like a hot hamburger patty. All right, and ready. Usually just holding that there for a few seconds. What I like to do is use just a little bit. It's a tiny little bit of glue. Now I got my one footprint, other footprint. And I'm gonna add a footprint, another footprint. Like, you know, he's just hanging out, and he saw something really interesting, and he stopped to check it out. And there's just some debris. I need some smaller debris. Want that, and that was a nice piece, but it's gone for the rest of the day. Well, I kind of mushed it up a bit. Let's see if we can get his footprints back in. It lends some gravitas, I think, to the base. And wooden skewer. I can come back in now. I think I'm getting a little bit better about staying in focus and in camera. That took a little bit longer than I thought. I'm going to try to keep this under 15 minutes. But it's working a lot better doing it here on YouTube than Facebook, just because Facebook is a royal pain to upload to. So their terrain is a dusty environment. Where they're at, it's ash wastes. And he slipped there a bit as he was coming up the hill. And I left one small square out because I'm going to take this bit of model here and just go and maybe in here too. But this is just for, that's not too bad. If you can imagine the model be standing up there, and he'll have just a little bit of height difference. He's gonna, hopefully he won't be too awkward. But then we'll take this base and put it in the oven for not long, maybe 10-15 minutes at 190 degrees. Works out perfectly. The insides cook rather evenly because it's got this nice metallic wash around the bottom. He is coming along. I think he is drying nicely. You might get another wash while this guy is in the oven. And that's right, we'll be putting together probably, hopefully, an assault marine. I gave him a combat blade, but he really should have had a chainsword. So I kind of made a mistake there. Just gonna add a little bit more pigment, not too much, just to a few areas that want to be a little darker than everything else. And I think I missed that back there altogether. All right. Thank you. I think we covered making a new base and going and some fan game stuff. And I'll try to post next just a video, probably without voice because I haven't figured out how to do that yet, of the gameplay.